don't worry about what your buddies are doing. Don't worry about the big guy in the corner who's like lifting 100 pounds. Work on what you've set out to do for yourself. So if your goal, you just start off small. Just be like, you know what, my goal is to be able to make the soccer team, right, at school. And if you know that you can't run as well, then start building little goals to reach that big goal and be like, okay, you know, I have to run at least 10 laps so that I can train my endurance. Then slowly build up to that. Because when I first started off working out, it's all about what other people are doing. It's all about what's my buddy's split.
Right.
That's called the bro split, right? So it's like even like when we first started working out, you would ask me what I was doing, and then you'd follow me. And when you are so like when you dive into a bro split, you have no say for yourself. You don't know if that's right for you. You don't know if you're doing it right. Because your buddy, it probably isn't looking out for you. And that's one thing that I've noticed has completely changed me, right? So I used to work out following or shadowing my buddy doing the bro split, and I realized, one, the form was completely wrong. Two, I was working on different muscle groups that I shouldn't have been working on. And three, I totally neglected fundamentals that needed to bring me to the next level. So that would be my number one suggestion. Don't worry about what's happening around you. Focus on yourself. It's cliche, but it's really you versus you, right? When you're standing in front of the dumbbell rack and you're doing bicep curls, like I started off with 10 pounds, and people like would laugh at me if I was standing in front of the dumbbell rack with 10 pounds doing curls. But who cares? Right? Like if you are just trying to build a little bit of muscle, and the guy beside you is curling 30s, maybe he's not going for the same goals as you. You know? He might be trying to build on massive pythons that might not. Okay, first of all, that might not even look good on you, and second of all, that's not your goal, right? If you're trying to be a soccer player, you don't want to be big and bulky because you won't be able to run as quickly, right? So if you just want lean muscles, 10, 15 pounds is enough. So don't worry about the guy who's curling beside you. Worry about yourself.
That guy might be going for like, you know, an Olympia competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, And he's maybe you might have like, you know, 15 years of experience. And how can you expect yourself to compare to someone who's been like, you know, lifting for 15 years? It's like how do you expect yourself to compare? Like how can you, like a newbie who just learned how to do a jump shot, compare himself to LeBron James? You just don't.
Exactly. And then that kind of leads to the next point where it's if you found someone at the gym who has relatively the same goals as you, then you would probably want to start asking, not mirroring. So not like, oh, since he's doing that, I'm gonna do that. But actually just inquire and be like, hey, like, what's your split like? How can I incorporate that into my routine? Not how can I do exactly what he's doing so I can look like him, right? Because once again, everybody's body types are different, and like as similar as our workouts might be, you're bigger than me, right? So you can lift a lot heavier. Whereas for me,
my base is bigger than you.
Exactly. So I don't lift as heavy, but I look aesthetically leaner. But you can lift, you're a lot stronger than me, right? Or heavier than me. So it's really, really important for people to understand that one, stay in your lane. Focus on your own stuff. And two, if you found someone who relatively has the same goals as you, inquire how you can take some of their good stuff and put it into your own regimen, rather than just ditching your own goals and following someone else. Because then you would just be going back to square one and comparing yourself to other people.